Welcome back to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. Tonight we journey to the lonely edges of the world, to windswept cliffs and rocky shores where waves crash against ancient stone and towers of light stand tall in the darkness. We explore the quiet, eerie world of lighthouse keepers, not the living ones, but those who stayed long after their last breath. Some say these sentinels of the sea never truly left their posts, whether through duty, obsession, or mystery soaked in salt and silence. Many believe that the lighthouse keepers linger in the very structures they once called home. Settle in, close your eyes, and allow the sounds of distant waves and echoes of the past to guide you through the haunted beacons that still shine in the night. Our first tale takes us far to the north, to the windswept Flannan Isles of Scotland. The Flannan Isles lighthouse has stood tall since the late 1800s. It was in December of 1900 when its mystery began. A ship named the Hesperus arrived with routine supplies, only to find the lighthouse deserted. The three keepers stationed there had vanished. There was no sign of a struggle. The table was set for dinner. A chair was knocked over, and the clocks had all stopped. The men had simply disappeared. To this day, no evidence explains their fate. The weather had been rough, but experienced men like these were trained to handle it. Some suggest a rogue wave, others hint at madness or foul play, but the most chilling accounts come from sailors who claim the light still shines on stormy nights, though the tower is empty. They say shadows move across the balcony and voices whisper through the wind. The keepers, it seems, may still be keeping watch. Let us now drift westward to North Carolina's Bald Head Island. There, the old Baldy Lighthouse, constructed in 1817, has long stood as a guide to sailors and a source of eerie tales. Though it is the oldest standing lighthouse in the state, its age is not the only thing that sets it apart. Visitors frequently report strange occurrences within the tower. Cold drafts, echoing footsteps on empty staircases, and soft voices muttering indistinct orders are just some of the phenomena experienced. Local lore speaks of a keeper who died during a hurricane, refusing to leave his post. Some say his ghost patrols the spiral stairs to this day, checking for structural weaknesses, watching the horizon, always in motion. It is not uncommon to hear heavy boots pacing above you, only to find the level empty when you climb to investigate. A keeper perhaps unwilling to neglect his responsibilities, even in the afterlife. We journey next to Michigan's Upper Peninsula, where the Sewell Choi Lighthouse has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted in the Great Lakes region. Sewell Choi, which translates to the only choice in French, has guided ships since the late 1800s. Among its many tales, one name surfaces again and again: Joseph Townsend. Townsend was a dedicated keeper who died in the quarters attached to the lighthouse. Since then, those who visit the structure report the unmistakable scent of cigar smoke wafting through the halls. Despite smoking bans, footsteps are heard pacing across wooden floors. Doors open and shut without cause. Townsend, it seems, is still performing his duties, making sure his beloved lighthouse remains functional and safe. Now we head east to Ireland, to Hook Lighthouse, believed to be the oldest operational lighthouse in the world. Over 800 years of history are etched into its stones. Built by monks, the tower once served as both beacon and sanctuary. One story tells of a keeper who vanished during a terrible storm. His body was never recovered, and no one knows what became of him. Every year on the anniversary of his disappearance, strange events unfold. The light flickers for no reason. Doors slam open and shut. Bells ring from the tower, even though no one is near the ropes. Visitors say the air becomes heavy, as though the walls themselves are holding their breath. Perhaps the keeper never left. Perhaps he is now part of the lighthouse itself. Crossing the ocean once more, we reach the coast of Maine, home to Seguin Island Lighthouse. First lit in 1797, it is one of America's oldest beacons. Yet its age is not what haunts its halls. A chilling tale surrounds the lighthouse, one of isolation, music, and madness. A keeper once brought his wife to live with him on the island. To pass the time, he gifted her a piano, but she knew only one tune. Again and again, the melody played, filling the tower with its monotonous rhythm. Eventually driven to the brink, the keeper destroyed the piano and in a fit of despair, took both their lives. To this day, visitors report hearing piano music drifting through the air, though no such instrument remains. Others claim to see a woman in the window, fingers dancing across invisible keys, a song of sorrow echoing eternally in the sea breeze. Far across the country in Oregon stands the Heceta Head Lighthouse, overlooking the Pacific. From a cliffside perch, this picturesque beacon is also home to one of the most beloved spirits among lighthouse legends. Her name is Rue. She is known as the Grey Lady, a protective presence believed to be the spirit of a former keeper's wife who lost her child. Rue's energy is not malevolent. In fact, she is known to tuck in sleeping children and gently smooth bedspreads. Visitors feel a calming energy in her presence, a quiet, motherly love that endures through time. Rue is seen mostly in the keeper's quarters, where lights flicker gently and objects shift ever so slightly. Some believe she still searches for her lost child. Others think she simply found peace by staying in the only home she ever knew. Her presence, though spectral, offers comfort rather than fear. Southward, we find the St. Augustine Lighthouse in Florida. Built in the 1800s, this towering structure has become a hotspot for ghostly activity. It is said to be haunted by several spirits, including former keepers, construction workers, and even children. One of the most famous stories involves 3 young girls who tragically drowned during the lighthouse's construction. Their laughter is still heard echoing through the spiral staircase, and visitors occasionally spot fleeting glimpses of small figures darting past. The keeper's ghost is seen on stormy nights, pacing the tower in old-fashioned oilskins. This lighthouse does not merely echo with sorrow, it brims with spiritual energy. Some feel a sense of warmth, as if the spirits themselves are keeping the light burning for those still living, a legacy of protection passed down through generations, even after death. From there, let us journey to South Africa, to the Cape Recife Lighthouse. This striking white structure juts into the sea from a rocky peninsula and is famed not only for its perilous location but also its unexplained phenomena. During one fierce lightning storm, a keeper vanished without a trace. His journal ended mid-sentence, and his boots were found standing upright at the threshold. Since then, reports tell of the lighthouse emitting a low hum of static energy. On certain stormy nights, the light glows blue, an eerie signal from beyond. Some say the keeper was taken by the storm. Others believe he became part of it. Let us now drift to the Tillamook Rock Lighthouse, perched on a jagged outcrop off the Oregon coast, known as Terrible Tilly. This isolated lighthouse was built under brutal conditions and surrounded by treacherous waters. Even reaching it was a risk. The first keeper died before his post began, swept away by crashing waves. Despite this, the tower was completed and served for decades before being decommissioned. For a brief time, it was used to house the cremated remains of the dead, but strange events led to its closure once more. Visitors to the area speak of mysterious lights glowing within the tower long after its abandonment. Birds avoid the rock entirely. Some say it is cursed, others that it watches the sea with an unnatural awareness. Terrible Tilly remains an enigma, desolate, haunted, and ever watching. Lighthouses, by their nature, are places of solitude. They are built to endure storms, to remain standing while the world around them shifts and crumbles. Is it any wonder that such places hold on to the souls of those who once cared for them so deeply? Many lighthouse keepers lived lives of extreme isolation, days, weeks, sometimes months without speaking to another human being. Their bond with the tower became sacred, a keeper and his light, a promise to the sea. Even in death, some keepers refuse to abandon their post. Perhaps they fear the chaos that might ensue without their guidance. Perhaps the sea has claimed them as its own, or perhaps they simply feel most at peace within the wind-whipped walls of their towers. Each haunted lighthouse we have visited tonight carries its own legacy. Some are filled with sorrow, others with warmth, but all are united by the same themes: duty, love, loss, and the ever-present whisper of the sea. These stories do not always end with fear. Some offer peace, others mystery, but they all ask the same question: what compels a soul to stay behind? Is it devotion, regret, or something deeper, an unspoken vow to guide others through the dark? So tonight, as you close your eyes and listen to the gentle lull of imaginary waves, think of the lighthouses, of their quiet sentinels, of lamps that glow with no hand to light them. and of footsteps in towers long abandoned. Sleep peacefully now, wrapped in the echo of distant foghorns and ghostly footsteps on stone, for you are not alone. Somewhere a keeper still watches, still waits, still shines a light. Thank you for joining me tonight on Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. If you enjoyed this tale of haunted lighthouses and the spirits who remain, please like this story and subscribe to the channel. More whispered legends and soothing mysteries await. Until next time, sleep well and may your light never fade.